What's up, guys? This is Soil Cycling number 10. I'm Matt Golson, and this is a little pre-intro. The shop was pretty busy early in this. I was a little off my game, so just a quick intro. This is Adam Scro here with us, local rider who just killed it on a gigantic, huge endurance ride. And I've also got Justin with us on the podcast tonight, Justin Pohl. And Gabe gets back into the podcast a little bit late because he is dealing with stuff at the shop. So without any further ado, here you go. You can tell it's spring right now because the shop is hopping. Like, Gabe isn't here right now. He's got after hours customers going on. The mechanic is over there wrapping tape, getting wheels ready, airing up stuff. Can't stop. I mean, this place is going. So it's a good episode. We are in it right now, guys. We are in the season. What do you think?
Good road season.
Good road season.
Yeah, mountain bike season and gravel starting.
Everything's going on.
Everything's moving.
So
time to be outside.
It is definitely time to be outside. And so we kind of shut down the Thursday night crit to do this tonight. It was supposed to rain, and we decided, hey, let's just do a podcast anyway. And it actually got nice and sunny. It's pretty nice right now. So, but we're here podcasting. This is where we need to be. So our guest, Adam Scro, we've been wanting to get him on the show before. Actually, we wanted to get you last year after Leadville.
Oh, yeah.
And that didn't work out. You and Michael Norris. So that's pretty awesome. But we're really here to talk about Doom. So tell us what is Doom?
Yeah, Doom is based in northeast Arkansas, just south of Springfield, Missouri. And it's a 400-mile they call it either gravel bike race or now they're starting to lean towards mountain bikes. But this year a gravel bike won it. So
okay,
it's subjective on what you want to ride. But it's a lot of gravel, some pavement, and now they've got some single track in that also.
Some gravel, a lot of pavement, and single track.
No, mainly gravel.
Oh, mainly gravel.
Yep.
Okay.
Some pavement and some
How many miles of single track do you think?
I think it was 20, 30 miles.
Yeah. So we're kind of jump 20, 30 miles. We're kind of jumping. So just that, if you haven't figured this out, just a little bit of single track, 20 or 30 miles. So the real deal here is this is like, how long was this thing?
It was 400 miles, unsupported, no aid. So you're out there on your own. You bring your own, if you want to sleep, you bring your own sleep system. You bring all of your own aid, nutrition. You stop and get more food from gas stations. You live on gas stations, and you see how fast you can get it done. Whether the guys that win, they don't go to sleep. The guys that don't win do.
So is this like a kind of like an outlaw race, or is this like a real thing? Did you have to sign up for this?
Yeah, I signed up for this. I had a tracker. People were able to follow me while I was doing it, so that made it pretty fun.
Yeah.
But no, it's a legit race. They've been doing it. This was the third or fourth year. I figured out about this from Ryan Bruce over there in Cape Girardeau. I saw that he did it. He's done it every year since it started.
So I will ask, the gravel bike that won, was it an actual gravel bike or was it like a Dylan Johnson monster cross?
It was a big it was a fat tire gravel bike.
Oh, so it was a drop bar mountain bike.
Yeah, it was
running
a big
Race
tire.
Kings,
Yeah.
Race King 2.2.
Yeah, it was a big tire gravel bike.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
The gravel's very chunky. There's lots of climbing. I had some extra miles from my aid stops, but I think I did about 50,000 feet of climbing.
Yeah,
and
it was
400 miles.
It was like a season of riding to me. When I looked at that, I was like, Jesus, that is huge. So what was it like? Was it just an experience, or is this leading to something? Like, do you want to try to go for the big transcontinental, what's it called?
No.
The
The
North-South Trail.
Yeah.
I know it is a North-South Trail, but like
the Banff to Mexico,
Yeah,
Canada to Mexico,
the
Great Divide.
Yeah.
I should know
Or
that.
Tour Divide.
Divide. Are you thinking about Tour Divide? Is that something you
No,
want to
I
do in the
couldn't get
future?
that much time off.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing. But it was something I wanted to try, a bigger endurance event. A real, call it an endurance event, and that's what it was.
Can you kind of run me through like the logistics? I kind of give me like I want to know like how you started, what like the times. Just give me an idea what it's like to actually do a 400-mile bike race, because I'm never going to do that.
It started at 7 a.m. There's a good group of us. They started there's a 200-mile race and a 400-mile race, and you ride together for the first I want to say 30 or 40 miles. So you ride with quite a few people for the first couple hours, and then you all split off. And then, so we raced for, I don't know, I think it was about 50 miles until the first aid stop, gas station, fueled up there, left from there, and then pretty much, I don't think I had another stop for quite a while that day. I called the local barbecue spot that it closed at 8 o'clock. I wasn't going to make it. So I called them and ordered, and they went ahead and placed the meal out for me, which is super awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to make it there. By the time you guys close, can you go ahead and just put my meal outside, put it on the bench? I don't care. Please just put something outside for me. And they did that. They were super awesome. Hillbilly Slims.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of part of the route. You know,
Okay.
they try to give you some good ideas on some places to stop, because your aid stops are very few and far between, 50 to 70 miles.
And this is day one.
That's day one.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got there about 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
So how many miles did you do day one?
About 120.
120?
Yeah, 120.
120 in how many hours?
Woo.
Yeah, and I wasn't even keeping track. I don't know.
Early morning
From
till
7
11?
a.m.
7 a.m.
till
till
about
11.
midnight.
Yeah.
All right, so
Big
that
day.
gives you an idea about how fast average speeds are.
Yeah.
And Scro's a pretty fast guy, so
Yeah.
that's a
And
good pace.
there's hills.
Yeah.
I've
It's
been to
nonstop
Arkansas. It's
hills.
It's hilly.
Yeah, death by 1,000 cuts is what they said. But
Yeah.
it just is not. It's up and down and up and down. There's not much flat where you get to just grind it out.
So day 2,
Yep.
did you spend much time asleep or?
I spent about 4 hours of sleep. I went to bed at 11, maybe midnight, woke up around 4, and I know I was rolling at 5 for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast turnaround.
Yeah. Took off from there. I hit a creek crossing at mile 130, like a true take your shoes off, small, very flowing, try to sweep your bike out from you while you're pushing it creek. That's what happened. It tried to grab my bike and take
Pull
it
it
out
on
from
down.
under me, so I had to get with the current with my bike and kind of shuffle it across, and then ate a small meal because it was starting to get sunny out. It was about 8 o'clock, ate again. Took off from there, climbed some more, and then from there, I'm trying to think of where I actually stopped again. It was quite some time. The second day was the hardest. The second day was a lot of climbing. I mean, some hills, I think it was 2,000 feet elevation gain in 3 miles.
Whew.
Drop down that and then go up another 12 to 1,500 in 2 miles.
Yeah.
Just very punchy until a sandwich stop at mile. It was 160, 170. Yeah, 170. Left from there. Gas station stop. It got really hot. I took a break. I slept with some Powerades.
Yeah.
Under my armpits because I got so hot. So I laid in the shade.
I didn't know where that was going.
Yeah,
You slept with, and then
I slept with some Powerades underneath my armpits. I held them to kind of
Keep
cool
'em
off.
cool.
Yeah, I kind of got out of the heat of the day, and I saw some other people coming in, and I could tell they were pretty shelled from the heat too.
That's what I was going to ask you. So were you seeing a lot of other riders, or was it just
Whenever you would get closer to aid stations, is whenever you'd start catching up to riders, or they would start catching up to you.
And I think you mentioned it, but just remind me, how many people were doing this?
There were 70 in each class, is what signed up.
Okay.
Yeah, so anywhere from about 60 or so in each class is what I think actually showed up.
How many people did 400?
About 50 or 60
Okay.
is what. Yeah, I don't know what the overall finishing was for him though, so I'm not sure.
Okay, so day 2, day 3.
Yeah.
Did you go into day 4?
No.
So
No.
you finished in the 3rd day?
Yep. So day 2, I kind of cranked it up after that. I let it cool off, and then I rode until about midnight, and then I went to sleep till about 4, and then I left at 4, and then I rode till 2 a.m. the next day.
So this was this in March? Or was it beginning of April or end of March?
Beginning of April.
And so it was that hot?
Yeah. It got 75. Yep.
Wow.
And I made a horrible decision on my bibs, and I wore thermal bibs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I could tell everyone else was hot too. I wasn't the only one that was hot, but I was exceptionally hot.
So what was it swings in temperature you're dealing with there?
55 to 75. So it wasn't bad. It was perfect cycling weather.
Yeah, perfect cycling weather.
Yeah, perfect sleeping outside weather too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for like nutrition wise,
Yeah.
what was the one thing that because like obviously you probably had some mix in your water bottles and you were drinking Gatorade and Powerade and Cliff Bars or whatever from the gas station. What was the thing that you found that you were like, I don't typically eat this, but this was primo at like 3 a.m.?
Yeah, I don't eat a whole lot of jerky, but jerky was pretty nice. Some actual something that was meaty and protein and salty was something that was really nice. Lots of Snicker bars, lots of those.
What's your favorite flavor of jerky?
Whatever I could grab.
Yeah. So I know you posted about Hammer Nutrition. You rode with the Hammer Nutrition jersey.
Yep.
We're talking about Snickers and beef jerky here, but I know that your prep probably involved a lot of actual real like sports food too, I imagine, right? So were Perpetuum, were you using that?
Yeah, I was using that, and I really liked the Hammer food because it had some protein in it, some calcium in it, some fat in it. I used that as an actual meal replacement. That was really nice for I would stop, drink some coffee, eat that, and it was really nice. It was kind of like a mix, shake. Yeah. And I tried to pack as much as I could, and then I burned out of that in the first day.
Whoa.
I mean, I burned out of all the food I thought was going to last me for a while in the first day.
What about, were you taking in any kind of like electrolytes or anything, like extra supplements?
Yeah, I was doing some of the Endurolites and trying to keep, I'm really bad about burning up sodium.
Yeah.
So
I think everybody is really.
Yeah. So that getting as much sodium in as I could generally helps for me.
I just don't think there was any way. So here's another question I got. So did you weigh yourself at the beginning into this thing?
No.
I bet you burned through so much water. And I know Luke, when he did Tour Divide, he was talking about basically just living on gas station food.
Yep.
And just pounding that stuff, and you couldn't get enough food in you.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that was your experience.
Yeah, I got really lucky on the second night, and there was a Bird's Adventure Center, and they had a proper restaurant, and I was going to eat a 8-ounce sirloin, and they're like, well, we don't have the 8-ounce, we only have the 12-ounce. And at the time, I was like, well, I don't know if I can stomach it, because I've been riding all day.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll bring it to you. It is gone.
You'll take it in.
Yeah, it was gone.
That's impressive, because when I did my ride to Chicago, I after my days, I just could not eat. I got to order a pizza and eat like one slice and like 2 chicken wings, and then pass out and wake up in the morning and eat the rest of it.
Yeah, you would think all day you would be thinking about food, but then the time would come at the gas station, and you just wouldn't really, for some reason, it would kind of flip a switch.
Yeah,
it was odd.
Yeah, I've been trying to eat more while I ride and experimenting with just like seeing how much food I can stomach when I ride, because that's the current trend, it seems like right now anyway. And it's really worked well to help me gain some weight. And, but so like, I'm just, I mean, it's great. Power's up 1%, weight's up like 7%. But,
Bike check?
Did we talk about what place you come in? Do you want to talk about that? Like, were you racing against the guys, or was it more just like, I want to get this done?
No, I was really trying not to concern myself about what everyone else was doing, because I knew like it really didn't matter to me. Yeah. Like, not necessarily to me, but like for my plan, I wanted to have a good, safe, clean ride. I wanted to finish it. I wanted to do it in less than 3 days. Actual 3, starting from 7 a.m. going over. And that was my goal. And that's what I think I got maybe around 20th, somewhere in there.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, I feel like that's one of those events where really just finishing the race more than anything would be like finishing it safe and not blowing up, not having an injury means a ton. So
yeah. Awesome. I was lucky enough to go 400 miles and not make a spill or.
Yeah. Did you have a flat?
I had a little puncture on mile 50, and I had to stop. I put a little bacon strip in it.
What tires were you running?
Maxxis Recon and Recon Race.
Hey, we got Gabe with us now. He's back. The things are starting to settle down here in the shop. How's it going, Gabe?
It's going.
So we got the full crew tonight. Rob couldn't be here. He was gonna be here, but his race program is so demanding that Rob bailed on us again. He said he's sorry for being a flake. So we missed you, Rob. But one day maybe you can make one of these. So okay, next thing I got on my list. Do you want to ask him anything about Doom? We had a whole Doom discussion, and you weren't part of it, but.
I think we can catch up. This will give me a great opportunity to listen back.
Yeah. You're going to want to listen to this Yeah, find out about Doom. Does Doom stand for something, by the way? Or
Not
is it
that I know
just
of.
what they call it?
No, I think
Your destruction.
I think they look for the hardest climbs in Arkansas, and they don't care how far apart they are from each other.
Right.
Yeah, I think that was the goal.
What bike did you end up riding?
I ended up riding the Specialized World Cup.
Sweet.
It was phenomenal. Yeah, it was a great bike. That's actually what won the 200 miler.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So Gabe wants me to know that Doom means death, destruction, or some other terrible fate. So, like, okay.
Thanks, Google.
So speaking of terrible fates, I guess the next thing I got on my list here is Leadville. And like for me, Leadville sounds awesome. I mean, I watched the movie Lance did, the Ride to the Sky, and I was like, oh, it looks awesome. But at the same time, I just, like, I've been to Leadville, and I was walking around looking for Floyd's of Leadville to check out his shop, not to buy anything, just to check out his shop. And anyway, I was walking around, and like I was getting lightheaded just walking around, you know. And so I was like, man, doing a race at 10,000 feet, I guess that you can prepare for that. But do you want to tell us a little bit? Because that's what last year when we were going to try to get you on the podcast and talk about Leadville. Tell me Leadville.
Yeah, so Leadville started with actually the Dirty South. Me and Michael Norris were sitting at St. Nick's the night before the Dirty South having beer. And we were talking about, oh man, it'd be cool to do Leadville. It was this pipe dream. And then we signed up for a qualifier. We got in through the lottery system. And then we got into Leadville. And we chose to do it the next year. We weren't quite ready for it that year.
Yeah.
And then that rolled us into last year whenever we went. So then got pretty serious about training, started logging some good hours and some good miles in, and got ready for it pretty much. Logged anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a week and did weight training also on top of that. So, yeah.
The coach? Self-coach.
Self-coach. I really wanted to see what I could do with, you know, a program and things like that. So yeah, I feel like it all came together really well for us.
And like, is it madness on the day of?
Yeah.
Leadville,
Yeah.
like pure madness. I mean,
I think there's 1,800 racers.
Yeah, I mean it looks incredible. And then I know it's kind of an out and back, so I'm sure that's like a nuts 1,800 people on an out and back. So
yeah, they've got really good corrals, so they corral you really well.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all based on the timing you did at other races. So they, you know, you're corralled pretty well to where you're not yo-yoing with people too much or where it's all just balled up too much. I mean, you really get to get moving and stay moving, really. It's a lot of fast pace, double track, a lot of fast pace. You've got some road in there, some big climbs. So you start off with a climb that separates you pretty good, pretty quick.
you're doing it again?
I'm trying to do it again.
you got to qualify again?
Yeah, I've got another qualifier. Yeah, I went to Little Sugar last year. I didn't get in there, so now I'm going to Lutzen this year again. That's where we originally got in.
So you got to make a time cut to qualify?
Yeah, you have to make a time cut, but then you have to get a lottery. If you get top 3 in your class, then you get it instant. Okay. But if I was to get top 3 in the class, I'd almost have to get like top 5 or 10 in the whole race because in my age
you're
group,
in the competitive class.
Yeah.
Is Michael planning on doing it again?
Yep. Yeah, he actually got in already.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yep.
Look at him go.
All right.
New dad. Everything.
That's going to be tough. His 10 to 12 hours of training is probably not going to make it.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for him.
Yeah.
Yep. He hasn't been able to train quite as much. He had a newborn baby a couple months ago, and he's been booked up with the most important job that a guy can have.
Congratulations, Michael.
Yes.
Good job. We'll miss you. Okay. So
to see you in 5 years.
Gabe, as our resident mountain biker, on our podcast here, is Leadville a goal you've ever had? Is it something you want to do, or is it?
Maybe. Yeah. It's not a race that I would say I'm would be super stoked about. It's like a great accomplishment. It's like one of those type of races. It's probably not something I would be like, man, that seems awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's a mountain bike race.
Sort of.
It's the mountain bike we've seen is the fastest bike there probably. But Scro was just saying, it's a lot of double track. It's a lot of road. I think there's maybe a couple miles of single track.
Yeah, there's not much single track.
So what you're saying is Dylan Jonathan's probably right.
So the way gravel bikes are going, just like what everyone said, they are turning into mountain bikes.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think the fast bike in 5 years possibly is a
full suspension gravel bike.
That's aero.
Yeah.
Yeah, with drop bars. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but did you guys talk about what bike you did Doom on?
Yeah, just a little bit.
We didn't really get into a lot of detail on it.
But, I mean, I think that bike, and actually the guy that won the Despair.
Yeah, the guy that won 200 was on the same bike.
Was on the same bike, but with drop bars.
Yep.
They call the half the Despair.
Yep.
Despair and Doom.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think
I would sign up for the mild annoyance, like the 50-mile version or something. Like, you'll be mildly, you'll be okay. You'll just be mildly annoyed at the end.
But yeah, to answer it, I think that would be an awesome goal to have.
Yeah,
but it's probably not a race that I would. I don't know.
I couldn't ever imagine. I just don't think that would ever be fun. Like, I just would not want to do that much riding. I like to ride, but like the 100 miles is not the deal. It's just the elevation. I think you'd have to. Did you go early? Did you get there?
Yeah, we were graced with enough time to go out there. Yeah, we were out there for 2 weeks.
Well, and their training partner was Lachlan.
Yeah, we got.
Talking about that.
Yeah, we were super lucky. And Lachlan, when I messaged Lachlan, I saw he was training on Strava, and I messaged him about 2 weeks before we left, and then he messaged me. I don't know, the week of or about.
I didn't know that. I thought you guys just randomly ran into it.
No, and he messaged me back. He's like, "Hey, I'm going for a little ride tomorrow. If you guys want to go."
That's freaking awesome.
Me and Michael were floored.
I didn't know that part. I knew you rode with him, but I thought you just like ran into him. So if you ever need a training partner out there, guys, Lachlan Morton, you just message him wherever he's at. He'll meet you.
Don't do it. That's.
Did he tear your legs off?
Nope. It was a super fun ride.
Yeah.
Yep, just
he
like
rode
you said.
zone half, and then he rode zone 3.
He's almost at zone 0.5.
Yeah.
So, okay. So Leadville, Justin, I mean, is that something you'd ever want to do?
It seems like a roadie course. Like every single time that I go like I hear anybody go like I want to go do Leadville, it's always like some crazy ass roadie, and it's just like it seems like a course that like you can get around if you don't have a lot of technical skills. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's true.
You can get around without having a lot of technical skills. So just like point it uphill and pedal, or point it downhill and don't brake. Is kind of what I was able to tell from like Dylan Johnson's video. So no shot in hell.
Yeah. No. Oh, okay. So that completes our Leadville section of the show, and next up we got an announcement here. Gabe, you can handle this one. You gonna tell us about SMBA?
Yeah. So I don't know if this will be out in time for this, but this Sunday we changed it from Saturday to Sunday. What would be the date then?
13th?
I apologize. I was not paying attention.
13th is Saturday.
Okay, so the 14th.
Oh,
we changed it to Sunday.
Okay.
So the 14th.
Oh my gosh, it's schedule change. We're announcing it live right here.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. So we're having a work day at Glendale. Mostly just general maintenance there. We haven't quite decided yet what we're doing. Gonna try to, have it worth your while to go. Probably do some dirt work. Something that you can really see the difference. Matt was one of the only people that showed up last year, and what we did last year is still awesome. Yeah. It was something that needed to be done. So that's
good fix.
We're trying to use the work days to actually do needed trail maintenance out there. So,
well, I will get this out by Sunday for sure, and I'm sure that the many listeners of the podcast will consider coming out to do trail work and then realize they're too tired.
If nothing else, go out and ride on Sunday. I think it might be the only day, and then you get to wave at us out there.
I feel like riding is sometimes almost as good as trail work sometimes.
Yeah,
not quite.
Just kick some sticks.
Yeah, moving sticks and rocks out of the way, making sure the tread's good. Okay, so Glen Vegas workday, Glendale workday. No coincidence that the Glen Vegas is coming up, our mountain bike race at Glendale. And so the workday is to get it ready, get it. Yeah, it's good tie-in. So let's talk about Glen Vegas. Where you want to go with that?
Who's winning?
Golson
or Hank? Hank's not here to defend himself.
Hank's not here. I haven't really brought that up. I'm
going with that log on Lower Bluff.
Yeah, I think
Glendale's winning. Right.
Yeah, Glendale's gonna win. If Hank's in, I guess he's in. I guess I'm in. I think that I may have a little better advantage this year over Hank because Hank has been very, very busy with his whole dad thing, getting his his daughter just. I know he's been really busy for the last couple weeks. His daughter is like a prolific mural painter, and they were painting during the eclipse. We never talked about the eclipse. We gotta throw that in the show. We just had a big eclipse here in Southern Illinois. But yeah, so he's been really busy. It's cut into his training time. And the astute person, not that I'm stalking Hank and checking out his performance or anything, but he was down a lot from his time last year in the Dirty South, and I'm up a lot. So so we'll see. I think I've got a better chance this year than I had last year, but
I don't know. He's got that new bike though.
He does have a new bike, and I do not have a new bike.
But you're riding a lot, seemingly more this year.
I'm getting some good miles in, but like I said, I've been experimenting with a lot more food while I ride, which has really helped a lot. Been putting on some extra pounds from that.
I've been doing about half that.
Yeah.
I've just been doing more food.
So, Scro, you excited for Glen Vegas? You going to be there?
Yeah, I'll be there.
You gonna win it?
Yeah, huh?
You gonna win it?
I would like, but I'm not sure.
So there is no 30-mile. There is no 3-lap.
Correct.
Right? So it's either... Is there an expert?
Yeah, so there's 2 different classes doing 2 laps.
Okay. So sport and expert do 2. Now that could be really useful because we could use that. We could play that into the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
It'll help that.
It's crazy how that happened.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like we talked about that.
Yeah, it's like we
I
talked about
don't know if we talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it.
So who's doing expert? Does it matter?
I'm signed up for expert.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I would. So if this gets out there, if you finished in the top 3 last year at Glendale or a Touch of Nature race, and you were in sport,
Yeah.
I would like you to possibly move up. And you're probably not going to place as well in the expert class, but I think we've had 3 years now in the area of XC races in between Touch of Nature and Glendale and Ondasunk. I think some people can cat up.
Yeah.
And so...
Hey, don't look at me like that.
Yeah. Justin.
I'm not even going to be there.
Yeah, but I think there's a big discrepancy in between the people that are getting top 5.
You're not going to be there?
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And everyone else. So
Yeah.
that's what I signed up for expert maybe to, motivate that a little bit. And Adam will probably be, my guess, he'll probably finish about 5 to 10 minutes probably before I do in 2 laps. I would guess. We had a similar, I think he was 2 or 3 minutes a lap faster than me last year. And he did an extra lap.
Hour 40?
No, it's true.
Yeah,
that's right.
So,
Yeah. Woo!
so
I will not be there. I will be in Portland.
You'll be where?
In Portland.
In Portland. All right. So...
I'll be there in spirit.
The Glen Vegas ride though, like I didn't do the race the first year. I went to kind of check it out, and then I kind of regretted it. There were a lot of really big fat guys there that I could have beat, and there was but my point here is that you get intimidated. You think this is. I just think people if you have any interest in doing it, go do it. It's a ton of fun.
and the course is well marked.
Course is great, yeah.
And the one big complaint almost everyone has about Glendale in the past is that you get lost. If you don't know Glendale, it's easy to get turned around. And the nice thing about going there while there's a race is that it's taped, it's marked. There's other people out on the trail, and
if you do get lost, somebody will come find you.
Yep.
Gabe will come out and find you after you.
Gabe will take an extra lap.
Yeah, he'll do his.
Well, actually, I did an extra lap last year because I cleaned up the tape.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, somebody's got to do it.
How sweet of you.
So
good guy.
Well, not just me.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone else that did that, but.
Yeah, it's true. It's a good time, good race, good vibe, and well worth going to. Well worth supporting. I wish there was a T-shirt. I'd love to have a T-shirt that says Glen Vegas. I think that's cool. But anyway, okay, moving on. So Justin, what do you got going on here with Ride to the Sky you want to talk about? Ride to the Sky, by the way, it's a charity ride for a local animal shelter.
Yes. So it was brought up last time. Jeff Mock said, let's try to get one road event in this like Solo Grand Prix. So I've kind of just said, let's race Ride to the Sky, the long route, 53 miles or so, whatever it is.
55.
55.
I'm out. It's 55, not 53.
Yeah, whichever it is.
Something like that.
So that'll be the Saturday morning. It starts at John A, 9 a.m. May the 4th be with you. And so that kind of would tie into the Solo Grand Prix, and we can take timings off that.
Yeah.
And then my thought was to turn that whole weekend into like an Omnium, because I'm
natural road racer.
Yeah, natural road racer.
Gotta throw a crit in there.
Gotta throw a crit in there. So on the Sunday, we'll move Thursday Night Twilight to Sunday.
When's the time trial?
Oh.
We'll have to do a time trial like at 7 a.m.
We'll just take the segment time up Spillway.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Do something like that. And then we'll ride the Thursday Night Twilight on Sunday, kind of probably early afternoon after it warms up a little bit. And then we'll all vote on best rider of the day or the weekend. And buy them tacos or something. We'll go, since it'll be Cinco de Mayo,
Cinco de Mayo.
Go get margaritas and tacos, and that seems to be like a good idea.
That does seem like a good idea.
I like half of these things. Mostly the tacos.
I was going to say mostly the margaritas.
Mostly the margaritas and tacos, but I think it's a great idea for us to go out and do this ride. For one, it goes to a good cause.
Yep.
I don't know if it necessarily needs to be in the Grand Prix or not. We can talk about that. Also, Jeff, you're the one that said there's a road race. You need to get outside and ride with us.
Yeah, come on, Jeff. We missed
you.
Go, Jeff.
But
your heart's not going to blow up, Jeff. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I might, but you won't. I want to make sure that one, and maybe more than one, of the Tuesday Night Twilights on Thursday is in the Grand Prix. I need something in that road category. My one concern with making this a race is that somebody could get ran over trying to. I'm sure we won't, because we're all very responsible. I think it'd be fine. I mean, I raced it in my mind last year. Remember, I broke away at the end.
Yeah,
and
I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
No.
Remember that? Were you there?
So
we usually worked that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I broke away from and held off Hank and his buddies. I can't remember. Anyway.
So I don't really know the route necessarily, but I'm guessing you go down Spillway at some point in time.
You go down Spillway and you make.
Is it pretty much the Saturday route?
Or
we just leave John A. kind of go out.
Sort of.
Yeah, and it does some like Rocky Comfort stuff and
Okay, so
there. But we're all talking roads that probably most the people don't know. But
that's fine. But my thought was we just neutralize it until we hit Spillway. It's kind of the same way.
That's a good idea.
We neutralize the Saturday rides.
Yeah.
Till we hit Spillway, and then it's just chop off. But
yeah.
So that way, if anybody who can't hold the pace, they're not.
Would you like to come to this ride, Adam?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go.
Okay, May 4th.
Yep.
Ride to the Sky. It is a fantastic ride. I really enjoyed it last year, and I'm cheap, and they do an awesome job with the ride, and they don't charge you that much either. It's like $25 or something. I think it's. No T-shirt this year. Neck gaiter, I think. Somebody wrote on there. I remember when they posted that. Somebody wrote, deal breaker. I'm not doing it. I don't get a T-shirt. I get a neck gaiter. And I'm like, I'd pay $25 to do the ride and support the charity. So
much. Can we talk about price real fast? Go back to Glendale.
Yeah, going back to Glendale.
So the Glen Vegas Gambler is $55.
Yeah.
And I want to let people know that I know that is, I wouldn't say steep, but maybe a little more expensive than what some people are used to. But also, all that money goes to the Mountain Bike Association. And the Mountain Bike Association doesn't have an annual membership fee right now.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a good opportunity for you to go for a ride and then also donate some money.
You get a mountain bike race on a great trail. You get support. You get a meal. You get a hamburger, right? Some chips, hamburger, soda.
And sometimes it's even cooked by, Luke.
Yeah, Luke might be there. Luke Reagan, the famous Luke Reagan, will be there to cook hamburgers. $55 is not that bad for that, considering that a crit might cost you $55 for 30 minutes to get dropped in 5. it's really not that bad. So I'd love to see people support this race, ride. They had a decent turnout last year, but it could definitely be bigger, and I think it could grow. And the dude who puts it on, by the way, Bill Fisher.
The Ride to Sky.
Ride to Sky. Yeah, we moved back. Sorry, we moved back there. They both need to grow, but I'm back on Ride to the Sky. The dude who puts it on, Bill Fisher, is a real good guy. I've known him for a long time in the cycling. He's been cycling around here way longer than me. So cool guy, good cause. I'm all about animals and stuff like that. So anything else on that? All right. Well, next topic I have on my list is turning. Okay, we got that one. Back to TNT. We had a new rider, TNT Crit. I don't want to bring this up too much. I just thought it was funny. We had a woman join us for the ride last Thursday. I think her name was Abby. Abby, if I'm getting that wrong, I'm sorry. Super cool. It was really glad. I think we are really psyched to see this grow. I saw that she had posted on Facebook that she was going to come, and I was assuming it was some kind of bot because it just looked. I just was like, "What? No, who's this?" They're coming to our
There's
ride.
no girls here.
Yeah, we don't allow women in this ride. But no, it was awesome to have her, and it's definitely friendly. I think it was a really friendly group to come first time.
Were Rob and I friendly to you, Justin?
They were a lot nicer than they could have been. It was a 5v1 crit race where I got beat up on for 40 minutes.
5 versus 1, and Justin didn't win.
Did not win.
But put on a good show and got second in a sprint finish.
Yep.
And it looked like at one point Rob was doing some kind of I think it was Rob, it might have been Gabe, was doing some kind of Legion of Los Angeles thing. We're pushing you almost off the road. Come by and I was like, that's getting a little dirty, guys. I don't know if I want to be associated with this team anymore.
I gave a little shout when that happened.
Yeah. It's like you can't go anywhere. Was that you or Rob doing that? Pushing him. That was you?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I knew he was there.
Gabe went wide.
Everybody was aware that I was there.
So since I was dropped way earlier and I didn't see it, so did Rob just eventually just ride off?
No, he attacked over top, and I just had nothing left to give.
Yeah. Did you attack and
Rob and I were trying to kind of put him in the dryer.
Yep.
And that's basically how that happened. And
pretty much
Rob and I, on the second to last lap, let Justin pull a little bit, and then Rob was like, right here, I think it was the second to last corner, I attacked, and then Justin, right when Justin got onto my wheel, then Rob attacked him, and then I didn't.
Classic 1-2.
And then I didn't pull.
And
we were kind of doing that every lap, every third lap.
It was miserable.
We were.
The moment that it got hard, I was like, I gotta slow down and make sure Abby's okay. I gotta slow back. I need to chill and make sure she feels welcome.
I did feel kind of bad because she showed up and I was like, do you know what this is?
Yeah.
No offense, I'm not saying you can't.
She did not know.
But are you aware of what this ride is?
She was a swimmer, a collegiate swimmer. She's strong, riding really, really, really well.
Yeah.
And we'll have the definitely the potential to really kill it in there. Adam, you coming back to that this year?
The crit? Yeah.
Crit.
Yeah, I'm going to come back to the crit.
I really enjoyed having you there because you did a lot of work. and you would definitely burn yourself out. I know.
Yeah, that is my
That's
MO.
when we were at the
refuge.
And I remember he took a hero pull, and I was kind of wanting to work with him a little bit, and you kind of was rolling back, and I was like, man, you can't be doing that. And he was like, I think I already did that. Or something like that. And so the next time it got fast, I looked behind me and
my gravel bike with gravel tires was not a move at the crit.
A couple of people got killed.
I remember the gravel bike. Yeah, that was sweet. You did some at Agape though. I remember. Did you switch tires?
I switched tires.
You were a lot faster.
Things came around a lot better there.
Yeah.
I might put a big chain ring on it now. I still don't have a road bike, so I might put a big chain ring on
why
it
would
and give
you want
myself
one?
a better chance.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I'm not on a road bike.
That's fair.
Yeah, I got smoked by a guy on a gravel bike, but that's normal. That's not a big deal. This is
Pedal strikes.
Yeah, pedal striking all over the place with that lower bottom bracket. So it's TNT crit Tuesday night twilight crit on Thursdays is probably back in session. I told my wife that she could expect not to ever see me on Thursdays again. I would be going to this every time it's not raining. And so I'm psyched. I kind of almost wish we were doing it right now, but it was crazy windy too. Got to save up my legs. So let's just throw it in. I don't have this on the topic, but let's just talk about Saturday. So what's going on Saturday?
So Saturday and Sunday are a doubleheader in St. Louis. Worldwide Tech, so we'll be racing around the Worldwide Tech race car circuit. I don't know what kind of cars they run over there.
Yeah, it's everything. It's NASCAR though.
Okay, so they run around there. It should be fairly safe, wide open, big banked corners. Judging by previous videos, 4 minutes a lap, 40 minutes, good time. I'm going to do 2 races that day.
Yeah.
The 4-5 and the 4.
Yep.
And then the Sunday is Tilly's Park.
Yep. Another crit.
Second first, same as the first.
Big crit weekend.
Doubling up that day as well. So Monday I'm going to be absolutely in the shitter, but it'll be fine. 40 minutes each race.
Yeah. So. I've done this Worldwide Technology Park Raceway in 2021, and it is super cool. Because just getting to hang out there on the track and stuff's pretty cool. But it's really fun. I'm kind of scared of crit racing a little bit, especially in a big group, and you see a lot of accidents and stuff. But this place is I just feel pretty safe there. The road conditions are incredible. There's no paint that you're going to slip in. There's no grates. There's no holes. And if you had to run off the course, you can pretty much run off the course anywhere and get some nice soft grass to crash in. So it's a great course.
And you're doing it?
I'm going to do it, yeah. I've got to sign up still. I'm going...
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to go with Rob, I think. He said he'd take me down there. And I always sit there and I'm like, I don't know. This is a big race. But, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a pretty... the time I did it in 2021, there was pretty massive fields, I think about 75, 80 riders in the 4-5. And that was just because it was year after COVID. It was a big field.
And everyone had been riding on Zwift.
And people were in super crazy good shape. And I hung on for quite a while in that race before I finally pooped out. And then I realized that there was no reason to quit. You don't get pulled in this really. They don't need to pull you. So you can race. And I did the 4-5 40 plus, and that was really fun. So, good time, good race.
But you know what's going to help you this year?
Yeah.
Is your 49-cent aero socks.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me get them out of my bag. I'm showing this podcast. I'm really excited.
Let's see the 49-cent aero socks.
So these are aero socks from AliExpress.
Have you worn these already?
I just got them the other day.
Okay.
And here, you check them out.
Thanks, sir.
So these are aero socks. These are going to save me many watts. Check them out. Those are from AliExpress. They're the real deal. Good. Yeah. 49 cents.
Let me see this.
49 cents, huh?
Yeah, that's...
How long did they take you there?
They didn't take long, no. Justin Crane, who is a dude who does videos and podcasts and stuff. He's Jonathan Crane. We have a Justin Crane here in Southern Illinois. And Jonathan Crane is a mediocre cat too. That's what he says every time he does a video. He's a cool guy. He does really good videos on domestic racing, especially in the Southeast. And he posted a video and he's like, hey, by the way, I found these 49-cent socks on AliExpress. And he's like, if you want some cheap aero socks, order these. And I was like, that cannot be. I was like, this is a scam, but I bought them at 49-cent AliExpress socks. It cost 49 cents for delivery. So I got 99 cents in these bad boys. And aero gains. I'm thinking about what kind of aero gains I can make, marginal gains to kind of help me stay in the pack this weekend. So leg shaving is the next question. So Justin, I noticed at the race last time in St. Louis, the last crit, you had hairy legs and a hairy face. And Rob Landis is slick all over. That guy, he shaved up those legs and nice no beard. So do you think that could make a difference? Would that have helped you?
No, because I was an idiot.
It's 15 watts. It's 15 watts. You can be an idiot longer.
Well, it's 15 watts if you're hairy. I'm not exactly hairy anywhere but my face. I'm a little Asian boy.
All right.
So I don't really have a lot of hair to shave off. And I was talking with Rob about this on a ride a few weeks ago. Yeah, Gabe, you're a monkey man. That's fine. But he was like, yeah, you probably won't get anything out of shaving. I was like, I'll shave eventually when it warms up. I'm not going to do it when it's cold. It's cold and I don't want to be miserable.
So I'm on the fence right now. I can't decide. it's worth it.
It's more about the upkeep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably be fine.
So what are you saying? You're trying to nair it?
What?
You trying to nair it? You know, wax it?
Yeah.
Get all that stuff off?
But,
Yeah.
I'm not a shaver.
No shaver?
No, that's not how you got that Leadville time.
Yeah.
See, it doesn't matter. Well, I will say that I did get third in the time trial at the Tour of St. Louis.
Yeah, and that's all about aero.
With not shaved legs.
Okay.
I thought about doing it for the Dirty South.
Really?
Yeah, because I was
Marginal
like,
gains.
and
You're gonna be out there for a long time.
yeah, actually, what they say, aero matters more
When you're slow.
when you're slower.
I'm gonna get some aero knee-high socks, and then I won't have to mess with it. Just pull them right up here, and yeah.
Probably not why I broke 4 hours. That's probably the reason.
Yeah.
I've thought about aero helmets. I don't have an aero helmet, but I wouldn't mind getting one. Yeah.
Yeah. So what it goes bike, things that are not your body. I think it's a bike, bars, wheel.
Yeah.
Bars before wheels?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, bars before wheels. I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of
Width or profile?
Profile.
yeah.
Really?
There's a lot. There's a lot.
I did it on round bars. It's fine.
There's a lot of air
Oh, no.
resistance there.
Yeah. Legs matter the most. But
Yeah.
if we're talking aero, I think that's the way it goes.
Okay, so we kind of come to a kind of an end point here, guys. I think that's all the topics I have. Do we have anything else we want to cover tonight?
Do you want to talk about the eclipse?
Oh yeah, I was going to talk about the eclipse. What did you think about the eclipse? Was
I
that
thought it was awesome. Yeah, I thought it was better than the last one that we had in 2017.
Where'd you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it in Hearst.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
What'd you, Wilson?
I got really excited for the 2017 one. I set up like cameras and I videoed it, and I was really fired up for it. And this year, I just didn't. I don't know. It wasn't on my mind as much. I was like I was actually trimming limbs off of a tree in my house. I got a new pole saw, and I was playing with my pole saw. My wife said, "Hey, that eclipse is getting ready to happen pretty soon." I'd been for a ride earlier that day, which cracked me up because there's people all on the back rows just parked with telescopes all over the place. And I don't know. I just wasn't excited about it this year. I was like, "Oh, I've seen one." And then when it happened, I was like, "Oh man, that was cool. I should have been more." I was kind of disappointed in myself. I actually was going to fly my drone up. I took the drone off and flew it up into the sky and watched it get dark. There was a fire alarm, like a fire call in Benton.
Yeah.
This is weird in Benton. This is weird. So it gets dark. There's totality, and then all of the fire engines take off. And I was pointing my drone at the fire station, which is pretty close to my house, and they all leave at the same time. And I'm like, "What the heck is this? Some kind of stunt?" Because I thought Lee Armare had maybe organize a parade. He likes the parades and shows and stuff. And and I thought maybe he'd organize a fire engine parade or something during the totality, but there was a house caught on fire the moment of totality, which is weird. It must have been a ritual or something. But I don't know,
A seance.
seance gone wrong or fireworks, but yeah, so I was like, "Oh, this is super cool. I got this on my drone," but I didn't have a memory card in my drone because that's how little I was prepared for this. So anyway, my cycling schedule seems to have wiped my brain of being more prepared for things. I'm so busy thinking about beating Hank at Glen Vegas that I don't have time to put a memory card in my drone.
And 99-cent aero socks.
Fine. Yeah. What'd you think of it?
It was awesome.
Where'd you watch it?
My brother's house. He had a big shindig.
Yeah.
Lots of people over, but yeah, I kept on telling people that were trying to video it to stop videoing it
And just watch it.
and just watch it.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, because there's going to be someone out there that's taking a lot better pictures than what you are.
NASA.
Yeah,
NASA.
Yeah, NASA.
They were saying?
And so I was like,
Yeah.
just enjoy it,
Yeah.
And then I was trying to get people to stay quiet because you can hear the birds and everything else. But of course,
Yeah,
there's
chirping.
Yeah, that didn't really work. So then I ended up kind of running out into a field by myself.
for the final, I've got to get there. And
Yeah, so
enjoy
I
the
tried to get
solo.
away from some people, but yeah, it was awesome. I think those are twice as long as the one.
Yeah, it was at least twice.
It seemed like it lasted.
It seemed
4
like it
minutes.
lasted a while.
Well,
I know it's a long
that's a
time.
long 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Where'd you go, Justin?
Oh man, I am fortunate enough to work at SIU,
Yeah. Oh, yes.
which means I was working. But I also work in the engineering department, so we had a lot of students out with their telescopes. So we got to just hang out like kind of behind the building, and had students set up with their telescopes, so I didn't have to like look like a nimwad just like with the glasses. Because I didn't have the glasses. We had like a sheet that was like this, and he's like
the Mylar sheet.
Yeah, and
Something. Yeah.
so I got to watch it through on a telephone screen pretty much until totality. And then, and then I risked the eyeballs for a second.
Yeah. I glanced up there a few times too.
Yeah.
It was really, really, really cool, and I was really mad at myself. But at the same time, if you like the first one, I was so focused on like I was like snapping photos and I was videoing the area around, and then I was like, man, I kind of missed that. And this time, I did kind of just hang out and enjoy it, except for my drone was flying around without a memory card. But so very cool. And there's not going to be another one for a long time. Like it's in here, like in Southern Illinois. I think it's like we kind of got a double dose of these 2017 24-4 and the next 2024. The next one's like 2060 or 2070 or 2080 or
I thought there was maybe one in 2040 something.
Yeah.
Like maybe like somewhat close. Like you could drive.
Okay.
Oh, like
it's not here.
Arkansas?
We can
Arkansas.
That's
Like,
what it is.
I don't know.
I
I missed the last
the
one.
Euro.
I missed the last one because I
Yeah.
was studying.
Yeah.
But
Well, okay. I think that wraps up the show. We want to thank Adam for being here. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
It's good to have a hardcore endurance rider in the group and somebody that can talk about, what it's like to go through Doom. And it was intense. I'm just thinking
I think
about
more
it.
people should do it or try it. Yeah.
I really, really like bike packing. I'm going to try to do that again this year. I was really into it for a while, and I'm wanting to get back to that. It was a ton of fun. Me and Ryan Thompson had some crazy adventures together bike packing and sleeping in weird people's houses or like front yards. And I want to get back into that. It was intense. So, Justin, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing you destroy the Cat 4.5. You definitely don't belong in the beginner category, but you warm up.
I'm a 4. I'm going right there.
Warm up for the 4. Gabe, I'm glad that this place has settled down enough that we can have a podcast here. Thanks again to the Bike Surgeon for letting us use their space, even when it's being used for 5 other different things. So awesome night here. Anything you want to say?
No, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Come out to the Glen Vegas. Come out to the Ride to the Sky. Come out to the work day. Get on your bikes and ride. Wave to your fellow cyclists. And that's it. Later.
See you.
See you.
All right, as a podcast.